For our lesson today, I have excerpted a news story that reflects the love that we learn in our cradles from our mothers, and also exemplifies the love that Christ teaches us. The date of the news story is 21 May 2020. The headline: The Irish faithful repay an age-old debt to the Choctaw and Hopi nations. More than 170 years ago, the Choctaw Nation sent $170 to starving Irish families during the potato famine. A sculpture in County Cork commemorates the generosity of the tribe, itself poor. In recent decades, the ties between Ireland and the Native American tribe have grown. Now hundreds of Irish people are repaying that old kindness, giving to a charity drive for two tribes suffering in the COVID-19 pandemic. As of 13 May 2020, the fundraiser had raised more than $1.8 million to help supply clean water, food, and health supplies to the people of the Navajo Nation and the Hopi Reservation, according to organizers. As of this date of 17 June, the total charity is $2.7 million. Many donors cite the generosity of the Choctaws, noting that the gift came not long after the U.S. government forcibly moved the tribe and several other American Indian groups from the southeastern United States, a march across thousands of miles known as the Trail of Tears that left thousands of people dead along the way. The organizers wrote in praise of acts of kindness from indigenous ancestors past being reciprocated nearly 200 years later through blood memory and interconnectedness. A high prevalence of diseases like diabetes, the scarcity of running water, and homes with several generations living under the same roof have enabled the virus to spread with exceptional speed in places like the Navajo Nation, according to epidemiologists. The Hopi Reservation is surrounded by Navajo Nation. It is not surprising that the ordeals of the Native American tribes resonate in Ireland. It is estimated that 1 million Irish people, mainly poor tenant subsistence farmers, died of hunger or disease from 1845 to 1849, and another 1 million emigrated in that period or shortly thereafter. That is estimated to be half the population of the time. The famine was among the first humanitarian crises to be reported in the early days of the global media, which helped spur donations to Ireland from around the world. The money donated by the Choctaws was distributed in Ireland by members of the Quaker community, who are still remembered for their leading role in famine relief. More recently, Choctaw representatives have taken part in the annual Famine Walk in County Mayo, which commemorates a forced march in terrible weather by hundreds of starving people hoping for government assistance. Now, if these two groups of peoples, distant by time and geography, can help each other so greatly, what prevents other groups? This is the love we all share for our fellow human. Love one another as I have loved you. Jesus learned at his mother's knee how to love. That we each have learned first at home, and we relearn from Christ and God. May the Lord be able to spark such help across time and distance, to heal the old wounds that fester over and over and never quite heal. And may the modern members of each group accept the gifts, not for retribution, but for closure, and as a chance to start anew.